Welcome back to Math with Tiffany. Today we're going to be covering the last factoring. Well, next to last. The next one we're going to cover is quadratic equation, but it's a little bit different. So we're going to be covering the ax squared minus bx minus c equals 0. This is very similar to the last video. But if you look here, because this is a minus, again, that means the two parentheses will be different. Doop, doop, doop. So plus and a minus, and this means the minus will go with the bigger number, kind of like the plus did in the last video. So let's start by doing some examples. So our first example is x squared minus 6x minus 40 equals 0. Right, so with our two parentheses here, plus minus, and because your coefficient here is 1, you can just go ahead and put your x's here. Okay, and then this one you're going to list the factors of 40 that subtract to get you 6. So let's list them over here in blue. So 40. So you have 1 times 40. Yeah, that's not going to work. 2 times 20. Yeah, that's not 6. 3. Does 3? Nope. 3 doesn't go into 40. 4 times 10. Hey, look! 10 minus 4 is 6. So your 10 is your bigger number, so that goes with your minus over here, 10, and then your 4 goes here. Ta-da! Equals 0. And again, let's check that by foiling. So x times x is x squared minus 10x plus 4x minus 40 equals 0. X squared minus 10 plus 4 is minus 6x minus 40 equals 0, and that checks out. Alright, so our next example is 2x squared minus 7x minus 15 equals 0. So you have your two parentheses here. Plus and minus. Alright, now let's list our factors of 2. So you have 1 times 2 and 2 times 1. And let's list our factors of 15. 1 times 15, 2, 3 times 5. Alright, so now we're going to, so let's do this. 1 times 1 is 1. Minus 2 times 15 is 30. That doesn't equal 7. So next, 1 times 2 is 2. Minus 15 times 1 is 15. 2 minus 15 isn't 7. Right? So 1 and 15 does not work. Whoops. Let's fix that. 15, 3, and 5. Alright, so that doesn't work. Alright, so then 3 times 1 is 3. Well, let's set in green so we can see the difference so I don't get confused. So 3 times 1 is 3 minus 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. Yay! Alright, so we have x let's do 2x and x, and then your minus goes with 10 and x. Nope, wait, did it backwards. Minus goes with the big number. I knew this. 10 plus 3. What am I doing? Minus 5. 5. That number. that number. I know what I'm doing. I promise. Equals 0. Okay. Let's use FOIL. So that's 2x squared minus 10x plus 3x minus 15 equals 0. 2x squared minus 7x minus 15 equals 0, and that checks out. Right, and then for our last example, we have 6x squared minus 5x minus 4 equals 0. Alright, so now let's open parentheses, plus and minus, then over here in blue, let's list our factors of 6. We have 1 times 6, 2 times 3, 3 times 2, and 6 times 1. Alright, and then our factors of 4 go over here, which we have 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. Alright, so we have 1 times 1 is 1, minus 6 times 4, which is 20, that's not 5. So let's move down. 1 times 2 is 2, minus 3 times 4, which is 12, that's not 5. 1 times 3 is 3, times 4 times 2, which is 8. Hey, that equals 5. So we have 1 and 4, 3 and 2. So we have, now let's think about this. How do you know where what goes what? So we have, so you put your 3x here and 2x here. Now you times your 3 by your 1. So your 1 goes here and your 4 goes here. But then our operators are switched, because you know that the 4 has to go with the minus because it's the bigger number. So minus plus. So yeah. And let's FOIL it to make sure we are right. So 3 times 2, 6x squared, plus 3x, minus 4 times 2x is minus 8x, minus 4 equals 0, 6x squared, plus, minus, because 3x minus 8x, minus 5x minus 4 equals 0, and that checks out. Alright, so in doing these, when you find what subtracts to get your middle number, you place these in order. So your 3 here, and then your 2 here, and then you think about how you multiplied. So you multiplied your 3 times your 1, so 3 times your 1, so your 1 goes here, and that leaves your 4 here. And if you need to switch your operators, because this is a minus, you know your minus goes with your bigger number, you do that. And that is how you factor. So our next video will cover the quadratic equation, which is the opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. And we'll talk about how to do that and why it's important and all that fun stuff. And thank you for checking in with Math with Tiffany.